Voxy Mobile's unlimited social media in the sun. Lovely.
To the ones who carry us. Kate Spade.
Festival season so great when you've got Voxy.
Yay. Okay guys, welcome back. There will be game audio in a minute. Yeah, so don't think there's anything wrong with your hardware or anything, but it's a new week, which means that we are back to the beginning of our 5-game cycle. And today is Monday, which means that, as per usual, it is Ace Attorney Day. So today I will be continuing the second case in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, the case of Wocky Kitaki, or as its official name is called, Turnabout Corner. So yeah, but before I get into the gameplay, I did just want to weigh in on SummerSlam a little bit, because even Wade Barrett said what I said at SummerSlam last night, which is that night 2 always trumps night 1, when it comes to 2-night WWE events. I really, really don't know why WWE feel the need to take up a full weekend when it's the same thing every time. Because again, night 2 last night, even though it ended on a rather controversial, to put it lightly, note, SummerSlam night 2 was once again miles better than night 1. From the get-go, like, the matches were just better. Although I do think night 2 definitely had, like, a lower point than night 1. Like, there was one particular moment during night 2 of SummerSlam where, well, 2 actually, where I was a bit, like, annoyed or a bit like, huh? So, but yeah, because I do think most of the matches on night 2 were better than the ones on night 1. Like, I felt like it was harder to pick a match of the night for night 2, whereas I feel like with night 1, they very much saved the best till last. But yeah, night 2, the triple threat between Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky, that was amazing. The TLC match might have stolen the whole damn weekend. The 6-pack tag team TLC match, that was bonkers. I think I spent like 95% of that match with like my jaw on the floor. Like, some of the spots that the tag teams did in that TLC match were bananas. And not to mention, I am really hoping that a women's wrestler by the name of Candice LeRae is okay, because she had probably one of the scariest looking spots of the whole weekend, or even that you might have seen in a while, because she got pushed into a ladder, but she basically went clean through the ladder. Like, the ladder full on broke in half. Like, sometimes when wrestlers do stunts with ladders, the ladder can buckle, but it'll still be together. Whereas with the stunt that Candice LeRae did, the ladder broke in half, and so Candice actually ended up hitting the floor as well as the ladder, so it was like double impact. But yeah, in terms of the 2 low points of SummerSlam, the first one was the crowd were really annoying during Becky and Lyra. Like, I mean, I get it. Those 2 ladies have fought each other twice before, and the crowd was probably getting a bit bored of the feud. But I really don't get why they chose that match in particular to not give a rat's ass and just do Mexican waves and fuck around in the crowd. Like, you're there to see a wrestling show. You're there to watch and support the wrestlers in every single match. Like, I think Becky legit looked pissed off with the fans at the end of the match when her hand got raised, because, like, her face was just, like, plain disdain. Like, how dare you not pay attention to my title victory? I will say, I will miss Becky's old theme, but I do like that her new theme is performed by one of her favourite bands, and she actually got in touch with the band personally to make the song for her. So I do think that Becky's new theme is good. I don't know whether it's like Celtic Invasion, like iconic, but I guess, I mean, it just got debuted, so maybe it needs some time to like weather it in and for the fans to get used to it. But yeah, that was really interesting. So yeah, the first qualm I had with SummerSlam Night 2 was the crowd during Becky and Lara's match, and then the other thing I didn't like about Night 2 was honestly how the main event ended. Like the whole. So everything from like the outcome to who returned after the match, I was not a fan of, because there might be some like uninformed wrestling fans that were excited for Brock Lesnar's return, but if you know the legal issues that man is going through right now, you will know that you will probably be on the side that the majority are on, where it's like, wait, WWE really let Brock Lesnar come back even though he was literally named in a sexual harassment lawsuit? Like, huh? So, yeah, and I also, I don't know, like, something really ticked me off about the outcome, because don't get me wrong, like, I am happy for Cody that he won another title, but I really don't think WWE should have like turned Cena face and then took the title off him right away. Like, it kind of felt like it to me almost felt like Triple H in the back just kind of like lost faith in John Cena being a good champion as soon as he turned face and was like, okay Cody, I'm putting the title back on you. I will say the one part I did like about the main event ending, although it did also make me really nervous, because part of me was wondering whether Cody's tears were crocodile tears, because Cody got really emotional when John Cena hugged him and basically all but passed the torch over to him. And initially I thought it was like going to be crocodile tears, and I was like, oh my god, if Cody turns on John Cena here, like, that would be, like, dagger straight through the back, maybe impaled through the front, kind of like gut punch. But he didn't end up turning, so I kind of felt a bit bad afterwards, because I was like, oh no, those tears were real, Cody was actually crying. So yeah, but that was still a really sweet moment to see someone in Cody Rhodes who genuinely loves and respects John Cena and for everything that he's brought to the business, and just to see him kind of represent the whole fandom and get emotional and thank John Cena for everything he's done. Yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, I do think that was about everything. I guess another less picky but still a bit of a problem that I had with SummerSlam was I thought Solo and Jacob's match was like way too short. I thought it was going to be like longer, and it felt like the ending was kind of rushed a little bit. Like, not rushed, but it just felt like it came around really quickly. Like, all of a sudden, like, Solo and Jacob are fighting, and the next Tyler Tonga's helping Solo get out of the cage. So, yeah. Like, Night 2 was better than Night 1, but I do feel like Night 2 also still had problems. Like, it wasn't a flawless show by any means. But yeah, I just wanted to, because I have a lot of followers that are fellow wrestling fans, so I always like to talk about wrestling on stream whenever I can. So yeah. But anyway, so now I'm going to get into the gameplay, because yeah, we've got some cross-examining to do, because we left off and we are now interrogating our second witness. So I'm trying to remember who our first witness was, but this might be our first witness. I'm just Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This might be the first witness, but anyway. So yeah, so we are going to be cross-examining Wesley Stickler, who you'll see him in a minute, but he is quite the pompous, know-it-all, kind of honor roll student type of character. So yeah, this should be fun. But anyway, was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. So we've got a pistol, which was the weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired, fingerprints were wiped. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honour. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Huh? So, as always, whenever I come back into an Ace Attorney stream, just to remind myself and refresh myself about the evidence I have, I am going to look in the court record. And I also feel like it makes a good recap tool for anyone that either hasn't seen the Ace Attorney streams in a while and wants to be caught up, or people that have also forgotten since the last stream what's been going on. So yeah, so that's Apollo's attorney's badge. We've got a map which shows the area around Mr. Wright's office. We've got custom made Eldoon's Noodles Bowl. So even though the trial focuses on one thing, we have actually been investigating 3 little mini problems in this case. So Trucy had her magic panties stolen, which is still like the funniest side story ever. And then the main problem is that, well, the 2 of the problems are actually related because Guy Eldoon, who owns a noodle stand, had his noodle stand stolen, and turns out said noodle stand is a key prop in the crime that we are currently in the courtroom about. So yeah, there's Trucy's panties. We have a mystery cell phone. So the cell phone, but we don't know who it belongs to. We've got a car mirror which was torn off the car. Oh yeah, there's also a car involved in this case that hit Mr. Wright and put him in the hospital. Fingerprint powder, that's a memento of Phoenix Wright and Emma Sky's friendship, and we can examine fingerprints to detect and match prints. So the victim in this case is a doctor called Palmer Actis, and he died after 10 PM on June 14th. Cause of death was a single bullet to the right temple. We've got a knife, also known as a shiv, found at the crime scene, and it bears Wocky Kitaki's prints. Wocky Kitaki is the defendant in this case. He is our client. Noodle stand, this is Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand. The victim died pulling it. Bloomers, found in a trash can at People Park. Distinctive bloomers to say the least. Wocky's checkup report, so turns out he might have a bullet of some kind found, which was found near his heart. And there's the pistol, so yeah, again, 2 rounds were fired, fingerprints were wiped, and there we go. My fiance has just come home from shopping. Hello.
I'm so tired.
Oh, you're so tired. Why?
Yes, because I had like 2 hours of sleep.
Oh.
What the? You never ate your food, honey.
Oh shit. Fuck, I forgot. Oh no, it's gonna be ice cold.
It is.
Oh no. I can't believe I forgot.
Yeah, what are you, me?
That's a you thing.
It is.
Oh my god, guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. I forgot to eat my food. I did a Fred. That's usually what Fred does. Oh, that's annoying. I may have to take a break at some point during the stream to eat that. And actually not let it go cold this time. Oh. But yeah, let's press. On the way home from shopping, you'd say, why go through the park? Ah, fascinating inquiry, revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. You know what, I'm just gonna blame me for getting to eat my food on the fact that I've had 6 hours of sleep. SummerSlam ran a little bit longer than I thought it would. It started at 11 and it finished at 3 o'clock. Yeah. So, yeah, but Fred's just there. I still have a bit of Monster left from yesterday, so maybe that'll wake me up and get my brain cells flowing. 'Cause I'm gonna need that. Revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes. Oh god, he's rambling again. I forgot he was like Wendy Oldbag from the original trilogy. But that's enough. I get the idea. Mr. Justice, the court hopes to finish cross-examination sometime this month. Please, I have a recording booked after the trial. And I've got a show to perform. Geez, sorry you're all so busy. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. Press. Were these men talking by any chance? Ah, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments such as "you lied to me," "oh," and "I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal." Hahaha. It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart. If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me. Hold it. Might I be allowed to amend my testimony? Well, what now? To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma. What's the difference? And this other man, who was he? I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. I don't think we can prove that, but I am gonna press that statement. Or prove that it wasn't the defendant, I mean. How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark. Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier. Huh? You see, in class I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Who cares? Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes. And this relates to your testimony, how? I mention this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is a hard, immutable fact. He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. Huh. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. Well, we have evidence that proves that. Oh no, wait, fingerprints were white. Okay. Okay, I'll press that. Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same as the one just submitted as evidence? Am I sure? Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say. Huh? Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing the events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park. Oh god. He's rambling again. I think he means he couldn't see it that clearly. My badge for a normal witness. Yet the fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. Okay, here we go. So, he only says one shot, so, and the bullet and the pistol was used twice, so I'm gonna present that. Wait, am I jumping the gun? No! Okay.
Jumping the gun.
Yeah, no pun intended. But yeah, anyway, because I was stupid and I forgot to eat my food, I'm gonna have to have a short food break. But, yeah, I will be happy ASAP. So, what? No, miso tart thingy?
I mean, unless you want me to keep buying them. I thought you were getting tired of them.
No,
Oh,
they were nice.
What
What have you done, Freddy?
I'm sorry.
But yeah, anyway, I will be right back. And I'm so sorry about this. I know this could have been prevented had I remembered to eat my food, but anyway. Okay guys, I am back. I might be a little bit quieter, like in terms of how much I talk, because I'm gonna need to let my food digest and settle. But yeah, just I jumped the gun, every bit of pun intended. Press. Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired? Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask?
Oh god.
What are you eating?
Lasagna.
Ooh. Aha, a contradiction, finally. Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. Good eyes here, Justice. You're cool, real cool. Eh, you really think so? Yet, there is no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night. Meaning? This pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During perhaps another altercation? Oh, he's got a point. Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem. He seems pretty confident in his testimony. We always make the biggest mistakes when we're our most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it. Maybe this is where I present the gun. I'm just gonna try it again. Really? Oh my god. I'm clearly not thinking enough. Never mind, I figured it out. So, right statement, but wrong evidence. Yeah, I should have looked at the autopsy report, but yeah. Stickler is saying the victim got shot square in the forehead, which isn't true. He got hit in the right temple. I'm paying attention now. Phew, if that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Her Justice? In case anyone's not familiar, so Clavier speaks German and Herr is Mr. in German. Objection. Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Ahem. Look at this. The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Did you open the window?
Did I?
Did you? Yeah.
No.
Oh. It's weird. I just felt a cold draft.
Do you want a cold draft?
Huh?
Do you want a cold draft?
Yeah. I mean, I don't open the window open.
Right.
Yeah, I was just confused.
Yeah, no, it's just all windows are shut.
The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, a problem. Problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. Oh god. Great, now he's rambling about krypton particles. Mr. Justice, yeah? Was your objection to these krypton particle things? This is the big time and you are obsessed with something so small, you disappoint me. Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetie.
No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? It is, right? Finally. Her Justice. Oh, Her Justice. Yes, your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago? Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to the testimony. Yerk! Hey, her forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained to the other. What would you do, her forehead? Well, I guess I would try and stop them. I would probably shout, stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, eek? And you, her Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ack! If the victim turned his head at the last moment. Ah yes, thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and a shot rang out, whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature, and the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple as in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay, press. So you saw a raised pistol. Weren't you frightened? It can be said we students of Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action. That was certainly brave of you. You might have gotten shot. Eh? You certainly were lucky. If I were in the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left a witness behind. He actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger. Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Press. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park, and the victim responded to that clarion call. Quite. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and a shot rang out. Press. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed, I would say about the same time to be precise. And the victim didn't ask you for help? It can be said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step. I'm totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please. Press. Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked. A common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action... Press. You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Doesn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. In that case, I'd expect to find something that we didn't find. Find something? Find what? I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. Not as sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony is getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. So, I think So, the thing that Trucy is referring to, that if the crime was done in a rush, surely the killer wouldn't have picked up the bullet. The killer wouldn't have picked up the bullet casings. I didn't mean to. Okay. So present the pistol, maybe. Yeah. Wait a second. Tusk, another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say. A second? Are we intended to wait just that? A single second? 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes? Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor? Am I to understand you were objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, a common ploy, made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. It's fingerprints, not bullet casings. So I presented the right evidence that time, but got the wrong reasoning. Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Ah ha ha ha. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? Well, no, because I'm gonna check, but I'm pretty sure the killer wasn't wearing gloves. Yeah, nowhere. Okay, I was right. God damn it. I had curry for my food and now my nose is like letting me know it regrets it. It's like, oh, so itchy. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were white, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was a weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, her forehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Wocky drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Wocky threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect, and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter, oh no. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking. Grr, I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? I think I might have an idea. We have another murderous weapon in the court record, which is this knife. It was found at the crime scene and it bears Wocky's prints, which means he was holding it. Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints! This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, her forehead. You're forgetting the two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Wocky Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. Grr, never underestimate a Gavin is the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming? Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. Ahem. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. You tell him, Judge. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor can I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also now know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take his testimony down quick. Okay, press. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Actung, don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. How did he know that's where I was going? Press. You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Okay, press. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. Okay, press. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around in the park. So I just stood there watching? Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, her forehead. Maybe it's time to back off a bit. Okay, so we're gonna back off a bit just to rethink. So yeah, let's say yes. Nook. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves, which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-town punk, in my opinion. No. It seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, for her forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Wocky Kitaki. Hold it! Eek! Oh no! Trucy! Trucy? Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Kitakis? The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. For what? That this court will not bow to pressure from the likes of her judge. I see little point in further aggravating the gentleman. Irk. Recess, 20 minutes, or I promise you'll regret it. Wait, how did he disappear so fast? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo. I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. And that is the end of the first part of the trial for this case, or at least the first trial. I don't know whether there'll be more than one. Enjoy your food.
I will. You can't stop me.
Trucy, you move quick, Apollo. Good show. Trucy, you're okay. I thought. Apollo just starts crying. Don't cry, Apollo. Grr, those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo, or else... Ah, what the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. I'm just gonna clear my throat because I think I've got a bit of food stuck at the back of it, so I'm just gonna see if I can clear it out. I think that worked. I don't know, the back of my throat just feels a little bit weird. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you, Trucy? There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Wocky's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more stage abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling. Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction. I remember, or I don't remember. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pretend Apollo's forgetful and go, I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember them exactly. Good thing I do. There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in, and each time there was a contradiction. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Did you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker? What? I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything, and I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated, but what does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony, perceive the truth. Watch a testimony, perceive the truth. The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo. Mr. Wright said that. Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. What was that she said before the trial started? Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today. He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it. Apollo, you know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. Huh? Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can. I just flew in from the coast and boy are my arms tired. Right. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. Ahem. I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him, I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was out-of-court settlement, right. Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right? I think he's on to me. I wish he would stop being so cool. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination, but because I forgot to ask something. There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. Okay, he might be fiddling with his book there. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says. My eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? Well, what's this? My bracelet? What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. So, yeah, so the only statement that he's fiddling with his book on is that one, so I'm gonna press. So, you called immediately after witnessing the murder? The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo, this has to be it. Wait, you mean his habit? Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is a place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Know what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet with Y as it reacts to the testimony. Let's do it. Time to perceive the truth. Well, what's going on? I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Sure. When he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book. You got it. Right now you're looking at the witness's face, and your eyes are sort of bugging out. I'll bet they are. First move your focus of attention down to his hand. His hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right. I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Perfect. Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive? Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right, you mean when he fiddles with the page? That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive with Y. Find his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers. Don't worry if you miss it. You can always try again. Right, look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice. He's twitching on I used my cell phone. I saw it just now. I can see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? All this banging of desks is quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone. What are you talking about? I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? I'm gonna ask to see his phone. Well, I am gonna check. Yeah, I'm gonna ask to see his phone. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Irk? Well, why? Whatever for? Show me, and you'll find out. Well, I can. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it. Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone? Yow! Well, where did you get that? That's the phone from yesterday. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath his tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. Maractus? Why, that's where the victim lived. That's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? Look! It's true. I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all. Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. Well, what are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all. But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime, as though I were trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night. Well, yes, but no. This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true. I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? We should be able to, right? Yeah. Let's show evidence. Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger, her forehead. Hit it. The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is the car mirror. That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident.
Stealthy.
You were ruffling the package there.
Yeah, very stealthy.
Hi.
Hi.
I love you.
Me too.
It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus' car hit a pedestrian. Well, what are you trying to say? From the absence of a mirror, it's clear the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Whoa! Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pal Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Pal Maractus. That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back, and when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in the garage. Ah, yes. Well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, a cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem, I hope. Here comes Justice. Press. So you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place? Eh? Well, yes, of course. Incidentally, the prosecution has received no report of this domestic detail. Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself? No, I mean yes. I did go shopping, really. I walked around the supermarket trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me. I'm sure the store clerks would disagree. Do you think sampling free food counts as a religion? In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes. Press. That's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic? Why? Yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here along the main road. My way home from there takes me past the Maractus Clinic. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet what was I walked on, unaware of my loss. And walked right into that fateful park. Press. Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic. The same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance? I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I'm a keen observer of the obvious, you might say. Press. This part of the testimony is the key. I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Okay. The noodle stand, okay. So yeah, we're gonna question him about the noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us the noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice, what about that sign? Could that be important? So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a final piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Some applied to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. Okay, so I'm gonna present the, noodle stand. Because it clearly says Eldoon, not noodle. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler, I'll give you that. It read, without a doubt, noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner, Eldoon's. Inconceivable. I'm certain it was definitely noodle, sure, positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I won't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign you saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodle, and he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us this spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. So I think the witness was somewhere around here, and it says noodle on this side of the stand. So I'm just gonna, so yeah. So yeah, I am going to press somewhere here. The witness was standing here on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldoon's, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this side says noodle. Exactly, the name of the stand is split between the front and back sides. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Yow! You got me. So what? So what? What does it matter if you saw the killing from the north or south side? It makes no difference at all. He is right. Travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy. Remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. Time to 3D visualize. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer, wait, yeah, that does change everything, because, yeah, if if Stickler was on the opposite side and the killer was looking at Stickler, then he would have been shot in the left temple, not the right. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, the bullet would have to hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you are absolutely correct, Fraulein. Well, what meaning? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? While the right side of the victim's head is north. North? But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing. Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. Yo! Man, Trucy definitely takes after her daddy. Order. Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Clarify one point for me, if you would, her forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer. No, please, looks aside, I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Okay. So we're not gonna accuse him of murder, but we are gonna accuse him of another crime. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now. The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Tusk, her forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate her Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. Gah, I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? Your evidence, the court's all eyes, Mr. Justice, shows evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime. Trucy's panties. The evidence is this. Yep, that's right, we are accusing Mr. Stickler of being the panty thief. What? Is that woman's underwear? Hey, those are mine. He's doing his habit again. Don't look at me like that. Order. Mr. Stickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock, it's not what it seems by Pythagoras' theorem, I swear it. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally, These panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Order, order, order. Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. So, are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Ahem. Perhaps you were not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, see? Your point? I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery? Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was a tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties, it mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy. Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I wonder. There has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought, oh, he's rambling again. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. I refer to our witness's other lie, yes. The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but it was in fact the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest, her forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler is standing, isn't there a... Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location? Okay. Is it to do with the other pair of bloomers? I don't know why, but I'm compelled to present these bloomers because I think this is related. Wow, I was right. The evidence that shows why he lied is this. What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, her forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, We can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mr. Stickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So these panties are your handiwork as well? But that night, I had been chased, hounded into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while. Then, abandoning the panties, I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by a giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently, he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers? Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne. A fascinating if disturbing tale. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close. Go away, viewable. Get a life. Okay, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Regardless of where we ended today, some final points were made. Namely that the defendant, Wocky Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing, Wocky Kitaki is a clear motive. Indeed, the defendant, Wocky Kitaki, is still a prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene at the time. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple is yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution. Yeah, baby. No problem. Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned. So, looks like we need more investigation time. So let's save our progress. And yep, we're gonna do day 2 investigation. I still can't believe Wesley Stickler ended up being a panty thief. What a train wreck that was. I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive. Really? I had fun. And Wocky made it through the day too. Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother with the real case. But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly. Yeah. The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance. Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's about enough of him. Hello? Ah, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today. The trial went well. Oh, right. No problem. Do you think Wocky will be okay? Well, he's not guilty yet. Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month. Oh, congratulations. God, way to put the pressure on a guy. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Okay, let's talk to Alita about marriage. Are you sure about marrying into the Kitaki family? I'm fine with it, and I love Wocky with all my heart. Aw, that's so sweet. So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob? I don't think so. My parents are against it, of course. Say, where did you and Wocky first meet, anyway? Good question. Miss Tiala doesn't look like the type to have gangster connections. Oh, we met at my old job, actually. Ah, office romance. She's not very forthcoming with information about herself, is she? Let's ask about the Kitakis. Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? Mr. Kitaki wants to quit being a gangster? He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks. I wonder if this explains that apron. I can't imagine Wocky going along with that. He's highly motivated, isn't he? That's not the word I would have used. He said I'll be the next big boss and keep the family alive. I think he's at that age when boys want to make a mark on the world. That's not the way I would have put it. His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on profits. The Kitaki family's been making a killing recently. Again, not the way I would have put it. But Wocky says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold. Oh, a generation gap. They've even got the ever classic what about the family business thing going. Usually it's the father worried about tradition. Okay, let's ask about Wocky's operation. Can I ask you a question about Wocky? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus. Apparently, yes. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my ops something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. Yes, it sounded horrible. Wocky has always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid. I'm not sure it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved. Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he? No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was just trying to scare us. It's scary to think that a surgeon might make a mistake, but it's even scarier when he tries to hide it. I'd like to know a little more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Maractus Clinic a visit. I should be getting home now. Wocky's in your hands, Mr. Justice. Right. We'll leave it to me. Apollo, I think you're only making her more nervous. Sorry I'm new at this, okay? Tiki, it's alright. I believe in you. Okay, so it's finally time to go to the Maractus Clinic. So let's go to the Kitaki Mansion. And then we're going to move to Eldoon's house. And then we're going to move to the... we're going to... Let's examine the clinic. The front entrance to the Maractus Clinic. The walls and posts are so highly polished I can see my face in them. Wait, my hairdo's a little flat. There, perfect. Wow, he really fixed his hair. Okay, let's move into the garage. And then... That's weird. We can't actually go in the clinic yet. So yeah, maybe I need to do something else first. Let's go to Write Anything Agency again. And then let's move to the Hickfield Clinic. No. Write Anything Agency. And then move to Detention Center. There we go. Looks like Wocky's out questioning. I really need to talk to him. I guess we'll come back later. Excuse me. Yes. The other suspect is all through questioning, sir. The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher? Wesley Stickler. So they arrested him too. Alright, let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this. He is a valuable witness. He is a bit precious, I'll give him that. Please keep this brief if you would. I'm quite busy. I need to finish this paper. Yerk, it's you. Mr. Stickler, we'd like to have a few words with you. Very well, as long as they're few. Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Okay, let's ask about the panty snatching. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole... Wait, I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood. How exactly? Yes, that night, I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it, nothing more. You wanted to know the trick to my panties, right? You're here too? Huh? Oh, great Trucy, teach me. Eh? I must know the secret of your panties. My very existence hangs in the balance. Please make me your apprentice. Apollo, help! I don't know. I think he'd make a great, lovely assistant. Don't say that, Apollo. Okay, let's ask about what you witnessed. Could you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time? Why not? Though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park that night, of this I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol, or something like that, at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen." And the next moment a shot was fired. And this is all true? Really? My panties are gone, my innermost heart revealed. What further reason could I possibly have to lie? I can't think of anything you want to hide more than panty snatching. True. It sounds like Wocky was at the scene of the crime after all. How I wish it weren't so. Okay, can we present any evidence to Wesley? I'm just gonna go through the evidence and see if we can get anything out of it. There we go. But that's it, the mystery, the unanswerable riddle. Actually, they're just a normal pair of panties. What? How is that possible? It just takes practice, that's all. Then you must teach me. You must. To think if I could produce a pencil, an eraser, a textbook and a lunch, all from a pair of panties, my life would be complete. He's serious, isn't he? Yeah, it doesn't look like Wesley's got anything to say about the evidence. Yeah, so we've talked to Wesley, so let's go somewhere else. Let's move to Hickfield. No. Let's move to Kitaki Mansion. There we go. Yikes, she's back. Hey, you two. Over here. Us? Yo, Lil Plum, what's up? I think all this gang stories is a negative influence on Trucy. I heard you retrieved my bloomers. Well, I was just doing... Bah, a man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you? Yes, sorry I caught him. You're cute when you're nervous, Polly. I'll deal with you later. But enough about bloomers. What about my son, Wocky? Wocky? Well, he's, clearly. Yes, ma'am. This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here. Okay, let's ask Plum about Wocky. He's really everything you'd expect in a boss's son. I'm going to be a gangster, dude. Though life does have an appeal for that age, particularly for boys. What? Don't look at me like that. He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago. Yes, we heard the story from Wocky. But he didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol, then he couldn't have shot anyone. What? He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom. Her words do have a certain weight to them. Hopefully, when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences. The boss? You mean Wocky's father? They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they? Okay, let's ask about the case. It's true. One of our pistols is missing. So the murder weapon was from this mansion. You kind of figure, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days. None of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Wocky could have taken it. I see. I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for a change. Wahahaha. She doesn't seem too concerned, at least. Now let's ask about Alita. Yeah, Wocky's fiancé. They're getting married next month, correct? I suppose she's been staying over lately. You don't look too happy about that, little plum. How'd you guess? Even I could tell that. Could you tell us more about her? Wocky brought her home one day. Says he wants to tie the knot. I can see why. She's so pretty. Oh, she's pretty enough, but you know. Huh? Nah, it's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in the business too long, and you start to only see darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people, a nose for trouble. I wonder what the problem is. It's like a gangster's only version of female intuition. Now let's ask about father and son. The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him. But Wocky seems, well, it seems like he's against his father's position. It's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now, trying to cut our ties to the shadiest side of the street and do more on the up and up. Wocky isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true. But why the change? Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills? Wahahaha. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. I see. Something must be up. You'll see things the way the boss sees them someday. Okay, let's present evidence. So, let's present the bloomers. About these. Hey, my bloomers, thanks for that. I owe you one. I thought you might like them back, so... Oh, no, why don't you keep them as a souvenir? Oh, no, I couldn't, really. Thanks for the offer, but... I could use those in my magic panties act. I'll pull shifts and pieces and godfathers out of them. Great, now your props are going from bland to dangerous. Okay. So this pistol belongs to the Kitaki family, is that correct? It's one of the pieces we keep around. That is, we used to keep around. They're all gone now. Oh. Police came yesterday and took everything. Everything but my broom. Don't you think you should have given them that too? You kidding? Can't clean up very well without a broom. Okay, can you tell me if this knife belongs to Wocky? Oh, that's his knife alright. Bought it for him for his birthday. Wow, that's a pretty hardcore present. I remember him falling asleep with it clutched in his arms. Oh, I know the feeling. I'll bet he was just as happy as I was with my plastic spaghetti. This is the mirror we found. From the hit and run, huh? It's funny how it all ties together like this. You chase after a hit and run and end up Wocky's attorney. Of course you'll find the real killer soon, won't you? Okay, so, yeah, so I think we're all done with Plum for now. So let's move someplace else. Eldoon's house. There we go. Hey, it's Mr. Eldoon. Oh, Mr. Eldoon. Humph. What's wrong? So, you found my stand. That's why I'm here, to thank you. Ah, but now it's a crime scene and they won't let me have it back. That's also why I'm here. I got no other place to go. Ah, I see. How can a noodle stand be a crime scene? That's what I don't get, Trucy doll. Even in death he's after my neck, I tell ya. Bah! Can't even cook an honest noodle. He? Even in death? You mean the victim, Dr. Maractus? I tell ya, it's enough to drive a man to make his soup even saltier. Remind me never to eat his noodles when he's in a bad mood. Okay, let's talk to Guy Eldoon. That stand, for generations, it served up the very best noodles us Eldoons could make. A tradition of noodles and salty broth. It's more than a stand, it's history, I tell ya. Watch what you say or it might become true. That's a great story, Mr. Eldoon. A single stand passed down from generation to generation. Of course, to be honest, I didn't plan on doing it. That's right, you said something about that. About you rebelling against your pops, was it? Good memory, Trucy doll. Aye, I was a go-getter back in my day. Until my friend next door butted in. In the end, I was left with nothing but this dusty old stand to earn my fortune. Mr. Eldoon, I don't mean to pry, but what exactly did you do before you became a chef? Bah, let old noodles lie, that's what I say. Starting to get an idea of what he did anyway. He stole my dreams and left me with nothing but noodles, and now I don't even have that. Okay, let's ask about Maractus Clinic. Mr. Eldoon, if I might ask, what exactly happened between you and the Maractus Clinic? Eh? I couldn't help but sense enmity there. Enmity? I hate him. Hated. Him acting like he smells like roses when he's rolling in mud. Excuse me? He's the only doctor at that clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, eh? I'll tell you the secret to his success. The mob. You mean the Kitaki family? They're always having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Always an injury or two that needs fixing. Maractus saw a chance for some business, so he started giving the Kitaki family a good deal. A deal? Every fifth operation for free. He stole the idea from my pops. 1 free bowl of noodles a week, he used to say. Can a doctor just decide to do that? What about the insurance companies? Oh, no doubt it's illegal, but it got him in good with a family. Pretty soon he was getting all the business in town, leaving me here in the dark, up to my neck in soupy noodles. I think I figured out Mr. Eldoon's former occupation. Can't hurt to ask, Apollo. Okay, Eldoon's past. Mr. Eldoon, or should I say Dr. Eldoon? Figured it out, did ya? That's right, I was a doctor, a surgeon, until a year before last. So Mr. Maractus was your rival? You like those onions they put in the soup broth? Yeah, kind of. You take a spoon, you drink some broth. Those onions will find a way in there. For people who like 'em, why that's just fine. For people who hate 'em, I hate onions, hate 'em. Always sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of a good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was, an onion boy, that's what I called him. So you weren't exactly friends. Ha, me and Pal Maractus. Ever since preschool we were getting in each other's face. No matter what I did, sure enough he'd come following along. Then he'd do it better than me, just blow right past without so much as a howdy. I see. That's right, I was a surgeon long before he was, you know. Then that no-good onion boy comes along. Well, Trucy, looks like we found ourselves a new suspect. Don't say that. Thanks to him, I was forced to trade in my scalpel for a ladle. Sorry, pal, didn't mean to weigh you down with an old man's ramblings. No, it's fine. By way of apology, you ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by. Huh? You're investigating Maractus, aren't ya? Yes. Well, you want to know about a doctor, you ask a doctor. That's all I'm saying. You just think of me if you need something, Trucy doll. Right, thanks, Mr. Aldoon. I guess the time spent listening to him complain wasn't entirely wasted. Okay, let's see if we can present evidence. That's one of my bowls. See the Mr. Salty mark? The mascot of Aldoon's Noodles. They come to the stand, they sit and drink deep from that bowl. And when they see the bottom, their face looks just like Mr. Salty's. Yeah, I already read this. That's right, Sonny. Why don't you bring my stand home? I'm ready. Can't you see I'm ready? I guess. Until that stand is back home, the case is not closed, you hear me? I think I'll avoid talking about his stand in the future. Okay. Can we talk about anything else? No. Okay, let's move to Maractus Clinic Garage. No. Aldoon's house. So yeah, let's try examine. There we go. Well, we've got to check out this clinic, that's for sure. Yeah, but what about the guard? No harm in asking. Excuse me. Hey, it's you two from yesterday. That's the same officer that was standing out by the park yesterday. Your business is over in the park, isn't it? The clinic's off limits. It's not involved. But what part of off limits do you not understand? Show me proof that the clinic is connected to the incident in the park or beat it. No harm in asking, no gain either. No point in sticking around here, I guess. So let's go to, we're gonna go to Write Anything Agency, and then we're gonna go to Kitaki Mansion, and then we're gonna try People Park. No, nothing. Okay, what about Hickfield Clinic? No. Aren't my panties amazing? They were a big hit in court. They were the star player of the day, that's true. What should I show them in court tomorrow? If only I could count on panties to save the day every day. This trash can, this is where we found the mirror. Come to think of it, wasn't there something else in here? Something near the bottom. Look at the paint on these. That means these must have ended up in here after Mr. Wright's accident. Maybe they're connected? Let's pick them up. So now we have the slippers for patients at the Maractus Clinic. Okay, so now let's go to the clinic again. And now we can examine. No. Okay, let's present. No, okay. Right, anything agency. Kitaki Mansion. Yeah, I'm just going around seeing if anyone knows about the slippers. Three way. Okay, let's examine the stand. I don't see anything conspicuous. Oh yeah, that's a trash can. Okay, so yeah, wow. I'm clearly missing something. Like someone's got an extra topic, or there's extra evidence. Okay, the only place we've not been to again is the detention center. So let's see. Yeah, there we go. I was hoping to meet with my client. Wocky Kitaki's just finished questioning. I'll bring him out. Great, finally. Yo, sup, my little imposter. Eek, well, what did you call me? Damn, it's you. Sorry, G, thought you were a leader. My little imposter sure is a strange nickname. It's a clink thing, you wouldn't understand. Did I say imposter? I meant poster, like poster girl, If you're going to drop part of that, why not drop poster and just call her girl? 'Cause she's so much more than that, G. She's like an angel, a fallen angel. So, what can I do you for? You don't look so chipper today, Wocky. Worried about your heart condition, maybe? That was the wackest thing of all. All the streets lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, boy. A relief to hear. Eh? What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. A man fights to protect what's valuable to him, you know what I'm saying? I miss my fallen angel. Hey, you go get Alita for me. You're my lawyer, aren't ya? Lawyer, not gopher. Okay, let's ask about Alita. So, I hear you're to be married next month? Straight up, we poured the nuptial 40 out on the stoop. Alita, oh Snapple Cake, she's so fine. I think he's smitten with her in his own weird way. I was wondering, how did you two meet? I asked Yala, but she was very vague. Huh? Well, man, if she wouldn't tell you, I best hold my tongue, you feel me? What? Man, what's past is past, she knows that. When I'm with Alita, I feel like there's things worth protecting out there, you feel me? My Alita, she's down with that all the way. So both of them are mum about their past. Let's ask her out the clinic. Do you think you could tell us what happened with you and Palmaractus? There's something you should know. We Kitakis are having what you might call a feud with the Ravalis family. So about 6 months back, I go into Ravalis turf packing a knife, right? And you were shot? Coldest thing I ever seen. One shot to the heart, but my homies weren't too late. It's a miracle that I lived. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kitaki family, you know that? So you were taken to the Maractus clinic then? You shouldn't have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. You can't just let the boss's son die, you know? I'd hate to have been in that doctor's shoes. Mr. Kitaki's scary enough when he's not angry. But the bullet that hit you, it was never removed, and it's still threatening his life. That doctor, he did it on purpose. The Ravalis paid him off, I'm sure of it. I need to hear more about the night of the murder, that much is clear. Let's ask about Wocky's future. Life in the family is a G thing. It's about being a man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm not up on my G things. I'm not even sure what a G thing is. But my old man, he's gone soft. He says the old rival gang days are over. He just wants to make money. Isn't that a good thing? Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better to live fast and die young, faux shizzle. Wait till I run the yard, then everyone will know what time it is. That's right, OG time all the time. Represent. Apollo, why does he keep talking about old guys? I don't think that's what OG means, Trucy. Okay, let's present. Yes, about these weapons, the pistol and the knife. They belong to the family. I snuck them out that night. So the killer, Mr. Stickler, said he saw that night was, I guess it was me. I was there after all. Gak, we're finished. Yo, Wocky, do you think you could tell us exactly what happened that night? Heh, you don't beat around the bush, do ya? I like your style, shorty. Okay, let's ask about the night of the crime. Actually, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. That is, did you do it? Did you shoot him? I don't know. Eh? The day of that checkup, when I found out about the bullet by my heart, I borrowed a gun from the family stash. Figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own bad medicine. Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going. But you were carrying a knife, weren't you? Oh, that? Yeah. Well, never can be too careful, I say. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? When I run into him in the park and he's dragging this noodle stand behind him. Wait, you didn't put him up to that? Like, you know, in the movies. If you value your life, you'll bring the stand. Shorty, you're more whack than I am, and that's saying something. But I was serious. The thing is, I don't remember what happened next all too well. You don't remember? But the way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, then I guess it probably was me who did him in, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, so we might have already talked to Wocky about everything, so let's move. There we go. Look at that crowd over by the park. Probably people trying to get a glimpse of the crime scene. But why are those girls screaming? I think I just heard one say, "Oh my god, it's him." Wait, that motorcycle. Ah, if it isn't her forehead. Prosecutor Gavin. Some fans found me on my way out, just my luck. Oh my god, he's so cool. That's the screams. New album just came out, you know. Try waving to them, they love it. Oh, he's so cute. Haha. They're so excited it doesn't matter who waves to them, see. This is surreal. So you were here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. Clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad, it looks like such a nice bike too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that. It's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Cars, motorbikes are all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. Ah, machines, tell me you share my angst for her forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. Ah, heh, in any event, I'm off to the shop to get her fixed. The detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. The detective? You mean the one in the lab coat? Yeah, she's in a foul mood too. Be gentle. Auf Wiedersehen, baby. Oh my god, there he goes. And the forecast for the park today, gloomy skies. Well, nothing to do but head on in. Let's hit the park, Apollo. Huh? Does something about this scene look different to you? The blue tarps are gone. Maybe that's it? Yeah, I think you're right. Look over there. The white frock detective from yesterday. She seems to be apologizing reverently to the trash can. She's under a lot of stress. The investigation's probably not going so well. Hey, you there. If you're going to talk about someone behind their back, do it more quietly, please. Oh, Detective Sky, hello. You seem as gloomy as ever. This is miserable. I just got a new kid and I can't get the stuff to work. And everyone's all smiles for that glimmerous fop. Glimmerous? Does she mean Prosecutor Gavin? More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous? When he walks, his shiny chains catch the sun and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting. Speaking of distracting, I guess I just have to accept the fact that I lack talent. Sounds like she's trying out some sort of new forensics technique. Okay, let's talk to Emma about herself. Detective Sky, you know Mr. Wright, correct? How do you know my daddy? I want details. Well, he helped me out a long time ago. You might say he saved me. Wasn't she saying something about getting involved in an incident? I can't stand it when things are vague, especially in a case. I went to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe. But you're a detective now? Well, I failed the test. But you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is what's inside your heart. I've always thought that too. And my heart is full of science. That's why I bought this kit through mail order. And I'm going to test it here before the forensic team arrives. You sure that's okay? Let's ask about Prosecutor Gavin. I won't lie, I'm not fond of the man. Those glamorous types always rub me the wrong way. Glamorous, right. A prosecutor should be cool of wit and furrowed of brow. Less glamorous and more simorous, you know? No, actually, I don't. Well, that and what happened 7 years ago. Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped Mr. Wright of his attorney's badge. What? Really? He was the one? You mean you didn't know? I thought you were one of his boys. I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but let's see what she has to say. What exactly happened 7 years ago? I never actually heard the details. Then investigate. It's better you learned it for yourself anyway. Okay, let's ask about the new kit. Do you mind me asking exactly what it is you've been doing? Squatting down on the ground like that? Ooh, you want to know, do ya? Well, I splurged on a new toy. You splurged? You mean it wasn't police issue? What is it? I see a roller and glue. This is a footprint analysis kit. Footprint? It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left. Oh, does that have anything to do with those blue tarps? Right, the ground was muddy, so I had to protect it as it was that night. Ever wanted to know exactly where someone was standing? Like your panty snatching student witness, for instance? Aha, so with that kit. Right. What? Want to try this stuff out? Huh? Are you sure? I mean, we're sort of on opposing teams and all. Oh, pshaw, you're friends. And to tell the truth, I'm not so good at doing this. Guess I'm a little clumsy. I could use your help. Ooh, I'm good at stuff like this. I used to make magic bunnies out of paper mache. Try it. Let's do it. Okay, I'll give it a go. That's the spirit. Right, allow me to explain. Ahem, one moment. I'm gonna give my voice a rest for a bit. There we go. Oh, nice. And there's the boot print. So Wocky. Yep, that looks like his shoe. It's gonna be a match. There we go. Yay! So the defendant's shoe prints are Wocky Kitaki's shoe prints. So he was definitely in the park on the night of the murder. Okay, let's ask about footprint analysis. Hi Emily. Oh wow. I can't believe McFly have been around that long. Yeah, let's analyse Wesley Stickler's footprints to see if they're definitely his. We're trying the plaster so we can get a good footprint. And now we can take out the mold. And now we just need to roll the ink to get a good print. So yeah, I still remember when I had 5 Colours in Your Hair by McFly for the first time back in the day. And I was like, I immediately thought, if this band keep making songs like this, they're gonna be a big deal, that's for sure. Yep, that's definitely Wesley's footprint. So let's match them. So Wesley was definitely the witness. So now let's do the other shoe print. And we're gonna do this mystery shoe print over here. So let's do... So this may open up a new person of interest, depending on whose shoe this is. I mean, I do kind of tend not to look back on anniversaries so much because I don't like to dwell on the past. Like, I like to live in the moment. Like, it is good to remember those things, but it is important to focus on the now. Like, yeah. And it's the same with the future. Like, I don't really like to look too much into the future and wish my time away. Like, I do prefer to live in the moment. Especially because time goes so fast. I mean, the fact that McFly have been making music for so long, it definitely proves it. Like, time goes so fast and and yeah, it can fly by, so just like enjoy it while you can and enjoy it while you're there. It's why sometimes when I'm at a concert, like I do I do like to look at videos, but like I do like to take videos, but there will be some songs where I'm like, okay, there's a chance I might only hear this song live once, so I'm gonna put away my phone and just enjoy it. Like, I really like that some artists are kind of paying attention to that more, where they know that a lot of their fans will spend pretty much all the concert recording it on their phone, but sometimes it is important to put that technology away and just enjoy the experience, like, in person, and be present in that moment while you can. Oh, a mystery print. Interesting. So we don't know who that print belongs to. This print is far too smooth to be from a regular shoe. It is a shoe print of some kind though, that's for certain. Still, you have to wonder what it's doing here. It's right next to the Eldoon's noodle stand. It does make one wonder. Hey you! Yes? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? You wouldn't happen to have something in mind? Something that might have left this mystery shoe print? This mystery shoe print does remind me of something. I'm pretty sure I've seen something that would leave a print like that. You know, I think I have a culprit right here. I wonder if it's a slipper. Oh, that looks, yeah. The bottom is covered with paint. Huh? What's this weird shape here? It looks like a leaf was stuck to the bottom when the wearer stepped in some yellow paint, so the outline was left when the leaf was removed. Ack, I got paint on my hand. Apollo, I saw you try to wipe your hand on my cape. Okay, so let's present. Well, I think it's these slippers actually. Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here? But look at the bottom, see? It's covered with paint, except for, see, right here. Hey, that spot is shaped like a leaf. What if a leaf was stuck on the bottom and came off when the slipper stepped in paint? Makes sense, doesn't it? Wait, something's written on them. The Maractus Clinic. Exactly, the victim's clinic. Wait, that means that someone from the clinic was involved? Why is she just standing there eating? Detective Sky, I have a favor to ask. What? Can you get us access into the Maractus Clinic? The police won't let us in. They say the murder and the clinic are not connected, and it's off limits until we prove they are. I should be able to do something for you, yes. Eh, really? Well, you did my work for me here with the shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this to the police officer on duty. Okay, Detective Sky's orders. So we're gonna get access to the Maractus Clinic now. So let's go to, so we're gonna leave the park and then we're gonna go to Eldoon's house. Ah, you two again. When will you learn? Look at me however you want, you're not getting in today. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have. What's this? Detective Sky. Yesterday it was Prosecutor Gavin, today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two, really? Now he's suspicious again. Well, you got the orders. I gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo. Okay, here we go. Maractus Clinic, brand new area. Kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place has a connection to the murder in the park. I'm sure of it. The police guy out front wasn't so sure, beyond it being where the victim lived. Looks like the police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo. Okay, so we're gonna start with the rather conspicuous hole in the slipper shelf. These must be the slippers for patients at the clinic. Same as the pair we found, of course. Look, a single pair is missing from the rack here too. And also of paint on the bottoms, which means they were taken out of here on the night of the murder. Right, the paint's from the hit and run after all. But what were a pair of clinic slippers doing in that trash can? And what were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? Okay. Some fancy shoes. There's a single pair of sandals here. Wait, but why would there be sandals here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus. You'd think they'd use this house entrance instead of the clinic entrance. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, why'd they leave without their shoes? Okay, so we have some sandals. Very pretty sandals. Perhaps ones a lady would wear. So let's examine. Okay. Ooh, there's prints. Hey Apollo, you think this is... this could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this. Let's try it out. Let's dust for prints. No. But yeah, considering that I am a little bit sleep deprived, I don't think I'll be going any longer than 3 hours today, so I'll probably maybe finish this part of the investigation up and then call it a day. Just cause, yeah, I am progressively getting more worn out. Hey, it worked. That looks like a big toe maybe. But wait, I mean it's great that we got the print, but is there such a thing as a list of toe prints? Oh, good point. If there is, Detective Sky didn't give it to us. Which means we can't match this print. This seems like a good time to ask a detective's advice. Yeah, good idea. But before that, look at all these bowls. They're from Eldoon's Noodles. There's Mr. Salty. Then I think we figured something out. I think we have. Mr. Eldoon must do takeout. Not exactly what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first clue, Trucy. Okay, is there anything else? There's a back door there. Ah, Apollo, that sound, it came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Well, let's check it out, Trucy. A break-in. They left through that window. Wait, Apollo, you're too late to catch them now. That must be your experience as a panty snatcher chaser talking. Well, we should tell the police. Let's check the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. You're right, she's better at this than I am. Well, one thing's for certain, this clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. Okay, so we've got a safe here. I bet we'll be able to dust it for prints and get the other two numbers that way. I've got just the thing. But yeah, let's use the fingerprint powder. So we don't need to dust every area in this, yeah, we just gotta there we go. So the burglar was wearing gloves. Okay, so so 7, 9, 5, 2. Yay! I got it right first try. Let's go. It opened. Okay, let's examine the files in here. A medical chart, an x-ray in here. Oh, this is Wocky's x-ray. No way, Alita's a nurse. Nice typo game. Yeah. I think I've gotten a good idea of who can help us. Oh wait, there's a bullet. So now we have a bullet. There we go. But yeah, I think we're all done in terms of clues for the safe. Huh. Okay, there's a lamp on the floor. Lipstick. But yeah, we're finding all sorts of evidence in this room. Okay. Oh, they're all fish. Cool. Um. Okay, let's examine the window. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else of note to examine. So let's move. And let's go to Aldoon's house because we've got a chart to examine. Oh wait, never mind, he's not there. So maybe let's try People Park. So Emma knows we've got a print to match. There's prints there. Ooh. I'm just dusting around. Come on, we're gonna get that print. Okay, will this be a match? Okay, let's move to the Kitaki mansion and then move to Eldoon's house and then move to Write Anything Agency and then move to Hickfield Clinic. Oh, there we go. Ah, the prodigal attorney returns. Welcome, Apollo. I heard you did well in the trial today. Here to discuss something I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? If you want to know something, you have to investigate it yourself. Mr. Wright, tell me what happened 7 years ago, please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. Okay, but I'm gonna leave that on a cliffhanger, because yeah, I am gonna end the stream here, because I am feeling rather tired. So yeah, we're gonna save. Yep, that's saved. So let's exit the game. I don't need to save again. There we go. So yeah, thanks for coming to the stream, everyone. Yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing ending the stream here, just because, like, as well as my voice getting a little hoarse, I am genuinely, like, oh, SummerSlam was great, but it it's never fun the day after a wrestling show, whether you've gone to it live or whether you've watched it live. Like, it's never fun just feeling really tired the day after. So yeah, gonna end the stream here. So I will next be on stream tomorrow, and I'm gonna be playing some Yakuza 3 Remastered because tomorrow is Yakuza Tuesday. So I do hope you'll join me for that. I'm gonna keep my outro fairly short because I think I'm just gonna go into my bedroom ASAP and watch some anime on the bedroom TV. So let's see who's online. So Neshi is playing Death Stranding. Jessica Havoc is doing Fallout. Ali is doing 24/7. Frankie is playing Everything. Cultaholic is playing AEW Fight Forever. I'm gonna raid Ali just because, it's a chill stream and it's very, very much, you can either stay and chill or you can show us some love and leave. But let's raid Ali because she is once again streaming 24/7 and working really, really hard. So we're gonna show her some love. So let's start the raid and Oh, I'm pooped. I can't wait to get some rest. I was gonna watch Raw tonight, but given I'm already almost zonked out, I don't know whether I will. And plus my mum might want to watch it with me when I go to hers on Wednesday anyway. So I'll see though. But let's raid Ali and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.